So I want to take a moment and just thank you again for listening, for opening your heart to this. The temple of consciousness is your temple. It's as unique as you are. And if you have longed for this moment, then the information that I have received and that I have been asked to share, I believe in my heart, may stimulate your movement and awareness, because it all supports the essence of the embodiment of self-ascension. I mean, are you questioning? Are you still wondering? Are the questions, who am I really? Right? Who am I really? What is the point of this lifetime? Do I have any control over my life? Are there limits to my infinite power? Because the full realization of conscious awareness is possible. I am the living witness of that. I am the living example of that. I walked 11.5 kilometers up a remote mountain to meet with a Mong village that is completely isolated. I was blessed to be with someone who got permission to bring me there. I sat with the shamans. I listened. I received. I entered into sacred ceremony. I had been invited to bring people back there. I went deep into Laos, in a country that has been deeply affected, where the controls of communism that you see in both Vietnam and Laos are played out very differently, where Buddhism has been whitewashed, completely whitewashed. And yet these people are still here. And I was able to listen and receive all of the information and the messages that they want to share, all realizing that this is absolutely why the Ascended Realms wanted me to take the past 2 years to prepare the temple. Because I am finally able to bring all this together and start sharing the temple. And I want you to be aware of the fact that starting March 11, we are going to be consciously moving forward in the Temple of Consciousness. And I want you to really consider joining me for those 8 weeks, because those 8 weeks are going to shift everything. And it's really important to remember that this is an invitation. It's my invitation to you to move forward beyond where we have been before, to see things differently, and to honestly experience your life through this lens, to remember, to reclaim, to rejoice, to move forward and see the gift of your life as enriching, truly nourishing, loving, and enlightening. I have held off teaching. I have held off bringing it forward because I knew the depth of my own authenticity and my own transparency had to be there. And starting March 11, for 8 weeks, every Wednesday night, I am going to offer you the physical movements, because there are physical movements the body must obtain, the beautiful mantras, and the energy and the gift of unlocking that which has been waiting for all of us to remember. And it will be through these, and I'm going to use the word, quote, secret, because I was so honored to have many of this shared with me. And while I was there, I was doing ensoulments and they were receiving, and I was in trance with the elders together. It was massive. It was the first time that I felt the depth of the deep trance, of the ensoulment, of the ability to fully be. Waking up on a dirt floor with all those around me crying, having understood that. The ascended presence and form that knows how to command the wheel will absolutely activate the law of instantaneous manifestation. And you are here right now because you're part of it, because you're ready, because your soul has been calling. And I challenge you, join me. Be there. These 8 weeks matter. It's a co-creation, because there are many pathways of self-ascension. It's as unique as you are. And there is a formula for actually activating it. And that is a gift we are all being given. Because in this moment, I want to invite you into the temple. That temple is right here in your heart. It's right here in your beautiful body of form. And in that temple is the energy of the Yoga of Self-Ascension. You can call it by any name you want. That's the blessing of the Yoga of Self-Ascension, right? Is that the Yoga of Self-Ascension is as unique as you are. The Yoga of Self-Ascension brings you into the power, the creation, and the field of presence and knowing. When we say yes with conscious awareness, we call forward the blessing of reverse aging, reshaping our bodies, calling in vitality, so that we may continue the journey. This is the moment of continuance. This is the moment of emergence. All of us that are here today, we are here right now because you, deep within your soul, deep within the fields of potentiality, made an agreement to be in this field right now at the moment of implosion. You know, I recently, if you've been following my podcast, and I really pray you are, please go watch Expanding Consciousness. You know, I'm doing everything I can to chronicle, to make a library, to leave an encyclopedia of this information, because the voice of consciousness must be heard. I am doing everything I can. Help me. Help us all get the voice of consciousness out there, because it needs to be heard. Started talking about the battle for the dominion of your brain several years ago. And that's why we're in the temple now, because here in the temple, we support each other to be in our essence of conscious awareness, to go beyond ego. Can we honestly let the ego subside? Can we stop letting it be about a me and understand the power of the collective we, beyond projection, beyond anything else? When I was dancing with the shamans and we were creating all these beautiful things, we were cutting out of paper, and it was beautiful. The whole family was there. It was grandfather who was the shaman, all the children, the grandchildren. I have pictures of these beautiful little babies that are so magical. And as we were all dancing and spinning and playing the handmade instruments and really calling in this energy, this profound energy, what was so true was the power of the creation and the power of the dance. And this is why we need to dance together in our temple. Are you dancing with yourself? Is your light of illumination dancing through you right now? If so, how? How? Because right now, in this month, as we begin to enter the temple, and like I said, on March 11, we're diving deep, and we're going to do this 8 weeks in a row. It's going to be every Wednesday, and I need you there. You need to be there. Get to my website, iamkira.net. Go read more about it. Get registered right now. To stay in the temple is to remain in your integrity. To remember that when you're swiping, when you're being attracted, when you're laying in bed looking at a phone, when you're watching the news, when you're doing all of that, you're bringing that into your temple. What do you really want in your temple? What belongs outside the temple? What has its value outside the temple? And what really belongs in the temple? In the temple is where you will hold your conscious awareness. And in the temple of conscious awareness is where you will discover that peace that comes through the forgiveness and the compassion. So I'm sharing all this with you again to let you know that the pockets of illumination exist everywhere. Our planet is going through the stages of grief. Whether you're going through them on a personal level, a planetary level, matters not. You have been going through that in one way or another, and it has been showing up in your life in its own way. So what if we could all right now, in this temple, arrive at the divine peace and conscious awareness of acceptance? I am as you are. I am your reflection. You are my reflection. When we come together, we invite each other to lift. If we hold the conscious awareness of our humanity, if we do not give it away, it's easy to use AI. It's easy to cheat. It's easy to think your brain doesn't have the capacity. The reality is it does. You have capacities beyond anything that you could even possibly imagine, because there is an incredible force around you trying to limit your capacity. And only you can break through that. You're going to feel your temple creating around you. I'm going to be sending out weekly e-cards about this. And come March 11, I'm going to be really honored to meet with all of you that are ready to dive into this energy and carry it for our world right now. This moment matters. Your conscious awareness matters. I love you and I honor you.